This is a pathworking to the healing sanctuary of Asclepius, the Greek god of healing. It's a healing meditation, a healing journey that you can do when you are ill and low in energy, when you haven't got the strength or energy to do a full-blown ritual. You can even do this in bed, and it's perfectly all right for you to fall asleep during the meditation. In the Asclepius sanctuaries of old, the temples had a building called an abaton attached to them, and there people would go to sleep and to have healing dreams, and there the god would visit them during their sleep. So if you fall asleep during this pathworking and don't wake up before the end of it, that is fine. When you do wake up in the morning or whenever you do, make note of any dreams or experiences that you've had. So you may begin this pathworking in bed or find a quiet place to sit and be comfortable. If you can, have some kind of offering, a physical offering, that you will take aversion with on your journey. This offering can be a single bay leaf, or it can be a small bottle of pure water, or a small bottle or goblet of wine, which will be offered as a libation. So that you can make a physical offering, also have a bowl to pour your offering in. To begin with, sit with your back upright and call on the healing gods. Come, blessed Hestia, make this place, my home, a sanctuary of healing. Come, O healing gods. Apollon, the great purifier, the great healer. Asclepius, god of medicine and healing. Apione, goddess of soothing pain. Hygeia, much desired health. Panacea, goddess of universal remedies. Aegla, goddess of radiant health. Ieso, goddess of cures and remedies. Archiso, goddess of the healing process. And Telesphoros, god of recuperation and restoration to health. O healing gods and goddesses, may you terminate dire disease, granting health to my body and mind. Now, if you can, pour a libation or make an offering. Now sit down or lie down comfortably. Close your eyes, breathe deeply and relax. If you're about to go on a journey, a pilgrimage to the temple of Asclepius, take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in as deeply as you can, slowly, and breathe out, breathing out all your stresses and worries. Now begin to visualize a mist forming around you, a white mist that completely surrounds you and fills the room that you're in. Visualize the mist becoming thicker so that it obscures everything within the room. Now the mist begins to disperse and clear. And as it clears, you notice that you're in a different place. You're outdoors, in a warm, balmy environment. There are trees. And as the mist disperses, you realise that you are in an olive grove. Look around you at the olive trees. Notice how many of them there are, whether they're thickly planted together or spaced out. Notice if there are any other plants or herbs growing beneath the trees. Notice any smells or sounds, and any birds or animals you may see. It's a warm day and you can feel the warmth of the sun. The ground is dry, and you see before you a dusty path of red earth. You have with you your offering, whether it be wine or water or a bay leaf. You take your offering and you begin to follow the dusty red earth path. As you follow the path, it leads you through a rugged landscape. There are rocks, mountains, olive trees, perhaps other trees, such as cedar and juniper. You may see other herbs, wild thyme. Flowers, bees buzzing. Follow the path. As you follow the path, you can see ahead the coastline and the sea of azure blue. Follow the path into a secluded valley where you see the sea ahead. And as you descend into the valley, you see some stone steps ahead of you, and some columns and an archway. Descend the steps through the archway. Notice how many steps there are. Are they steep? Is it difficult to descend them? When you have got to the bottom of the steps, you see before you to your left a small temple to the goddess Artemis, and to your right a small temple to the god Apollon. And in front of each temple is a spring which feeds into a stone rectangular basin. Each of the springs and basins has an attendant. You can see into the temples and you can see the statue of Artemis in her temple and the statue of Apollon in his. Choose one of the springs, either the spring of Artemis or the spring of Apollon. Approach the attendant. Remove your clothing, your footwear. Pass them to the attendant, who will take care of them for you, and bathe in the cool, purifying water of the spring. Feel the spring water refreshing your body. It's cold, but it's refreshing, and it feels good. Immerse yourself in the cool spring water. When you're ready to come out of the water, climb up the steps from the bath, and the attendant passes you a white robe. Put on the white robe and a pair of sandals that the attendant also gives you. And follow the path between the temples of Artemis and Apollon. In the sanctuary, you see a number of statues, many votive statues to Apollon, Artemis, Asclepius, Aegea, and to the other healing deities. You also notice that dogs are roaming around. And occasionally you see something slithering, maybe a serpent, and a lizard dashing by. Ahead of you, you see a large imposing structure. A temple with pillars 80 foot high, 6 pillars wide and 12 pillars long. It has a large triangular pediment with relief carvings of many deities. Carvings of Asclepius, Ipione, Aegea, Panaceia, Aigle, Ieso, Akiso, and Telesforos. Inside the temple you can see a colossal statue of Asclepius, made of gold and ivory. But do not enter the temple, for this is the house of the god. The imposing, colossal statue of Asclepius is sitting on a seat, grasping a staff entwined with a serpent, At his feet lies a dog. You can see pale green and yellow snakes slithering along the floor of the temple. In front of the temple is a large stone altar, and you wait by the altar. From the temple emerges a priest or priestess who comes out to greet you. You give them your offering, your wine or water or bay leaf, or whatever other offering you have, and they accept it graciously, and then call upon the gods. We give offerings to blessed Estia, the first and last. We praise the silver-bowed Delian Apollon, holy and compassionate. Yea, Paean, leader of the Muses. We sing pure hymns to the far-shooting son of Leto. Yea, Paean. Asclepius, kindly one, defender against afflictions, warder of mortal woes. Yea, Paean. Yea, Paean. To Centaurus, the pain warder and healer, who teaches the secret healing arts. Yea, Paean, yea, Paean. And to blessed Epione, soother of pain, and to the children of Asclepius and Epione, noble Aegea, Ieso, Achiso, Agla, and Panachaea. Yea, Paean, yea, Paean. Eliminate dire diseases, and grant your supplicant much desired health. O much desired prolific general queen, hear me, life bearing health, Aegea of beauteous mien. Mother of all, by thee diseases dire, of bliss destructive, from our life retire. And every house is flourishing and fair, if with rejoicing aspect thou art there. Each daedal art thy vigorous force inspires, and all the world thy helping hand desires. Pluton's life's bane alone resists thy will, and ever hates thy all-preserving skill. O fertile queen, from thee for ever flows to mortal life from agony repose. And men without thy all-sustaining ease find nothing useful, nothing formed to please. Without thy aid, not Pluton's self can thrive, nor man to much afflicted age arrive. For thou alone of countenance serene dost govern all things, universal queen. Assist thy mystics with propitious mind, and far avert disease of every kind. The priest or priestess pours a libation on the altar and then invokes Asclepius. Great Asclepius, skilled to heal mankind, all-ruling Paeon and physician kind, whose arts medicinal can alone assuage diseases dire and stop their dreadful rage. Strong, lenient God, regard my suppliant prayer. Bring gentle health, adorned with lovely hair. Convey the means of mitigating pain, and raging deadly pestilence restrain. All power, all flourishing, abundant, bright. Apollon's honoured offspring, God of light. Husband of blameless health, the constant foe of dread disease, the minister of woe. Come, blessed Saviour, and my health defend, and to my life afford a prosperous end. The priest or priestess then pours another libation on the altar and makes offerings. They then beckon you to follow them, and you follow the priest or priestess to the right of the temple of Asclepius, to a large columned building, the Abaton. And this building you enter. Inside this building are couches and blankets, and you choose a couch to lie down on for a healing sleep. And there you will lie down. Rest, sleep, and allow the gods to visit you, to bring you healing dreams. If you're still awake and not doing this pathworking in bed, and would like to finish the pathworking, then wake up within the abaton. Note any visions or dreams that you have had. Sit quietly for a minute. Taking in your experience. And when you're ready, leave the abaton. Walk back past the temple of Asclepius, along the path through the sanctuary, towards the temples of Apollon and Artemis, back to the bathing pool and the attendant where you left your clothes. Retrieve your clothes from the attendant and give back the white robe and sandals. You find a coin in your pocket, give it to the attendant. And then ascend the steps, pass through the arch out of the sanctuary, and follow the red dusty path back through the rugged scenery, back towards the olive grove. When you reach the olive grove where you started, sit down under an olive tree and see a white mist begin to appear around you. The mist becomes thicker and obscures the grove and everything around you. So you are sitting in a thick white mist. All you can see around you is the mist. Now the mist becomes thinner again. It begins to disperse. And as it disperses, you are back where you started, in your own home.